Alright, that was 2020 Surgery, and we are Taking Back Sunday. My name is Adam. I handle the vocal duties, and I'm sitting here with Matt, who handles the bass duties and also the handsome duties in our band. And Matt, I was just thinking, because we've spent the past, 4 or 5 years on the road, and I was wondering on how you cope with it. How do you cope with being away from home so much?
I think coping on the road is about what you do or what we do in our spare time, the very little spare time that there is, like when you're sitting around at the airport or waiting for sound check or waiting for the gig to start. I've been reading a lot lately and listening to lots and lots and lots of music. I think for us, when we get the most tired of it or the most worn out from it is usually when it's time to sort of reflect on how lucky we are, because these will probably be the sweetest memories once they're gone. Yeah. So I try to keep that in mind. Touring so much, we've played hundreds and hundreds of gigs together.
If not thousands.
If not thousands. What do you think some of the weirder ones we've ever done are, or some of the more bizarre things that have happened on stage?
Well, there's always this story I could tell about how I knocked you out that one time with the microphone. What was the name of that place?
Well, I don't remember.
Oh, yeah, you don't. Anyway, so we were playing in London.
Earl's Court.
Earl's Court. They had that Led Zeppelin live thing there, right? Mm-hmm. And, I swung the mic around and I knocked you out. I hit you in the face and I knocked you out.
It was awesome.
Yeah. It was going pretty fast, too, because I really threw it.
I had no idea what hit me.
And it was funny because you woke up, a song later and...
Speaking Japanese.
Yeah, and really good at math. You just started spitting out all these really complex equations we'd been trying to conquer.
Previously unable to solve.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden you're just spitting out the answers to them.
Yeah.
It was pretty gnarly. But being gone so much and touring so much, it's, as weird as it can be, at the same time we get great opportunities. For instance, we played at Milton Keynes with Green Day. Were you scared? Because I was scared. Were you overwhelmed? I was overwhelmed.
They headlined that show?
Oh, yeah.
That was their gig, huh?
Yeah.
I just thought they played after us. Of course, I joke, the Mighty Green Day experience at Milton Keynes was certainly one of the days in my life I will never, ever, ever forget. And you know me, I don't get nervous or scared or anything before shows. I get more excited.
Yeah.
That day I was nervous.
65,000 people.
And it didn't get any easier the second day.
65,000
people again, yeah. But that was amazing. I was freaking out. I have 20 seconds of it on my camera, on my act that I videoed of. You can't really hear anything except you ask the crowd to yell, I guess, at some point on the count of 3, and you don't hear anything, and then I can hear you go 1, 2, 3, and then the speaker just goes, and it cuts out. The sound was too loud, so the mic on my camera
couldn't handle it.
It clipped, and that was that. So, but it looks amazing. So, yeah, that day was incredible, and definitely, I would say, overwhelming and terrifying indeed.
Well, nice. Well, look, here's another track from our album titled Louder Now. This is What's It Feel Like to Be a Ghost. Interesting title.
I'm glad you came up with it.
I'm glad I thought of it, too.
Interesting riff.
Yeah.
I'm glad you came up with that.
I'm glad I came up with that as well.
Yeah. One of the baddest rock riffs that I think of the year. Of maybe even next year.
Really?
And you came up with it.
Thanks, man.
Yeah.
All right, here it is. That was What's It Feel Like to Be a Ghost, the first song of our new record, Louder Now. And we are Taking Back Sunday. And, man, I'm just thinking back to when we were in Los Angeles and working on that record.
You loved Los Angeles, didn't you?
No, I hated it.
I knew that.
As you know, you're just being sarcastic right now. Yes. But one of the cool things about being out there, though, was we got to work with Eric Valentine. What do you think that he got out of us?
I think Eric... Well, here's the part where I kiss Eric's ass. Eric is a genius.
He is.
He is one of the funniest dudes I've ever met.
Mm-hmm.
He's extremely laid back.
Mm-hmm.
And I think all of these things made him the perfect dude for us to make a record with. He's not one of those, slave driver producers who asserts his opinion on you and tells you you're wrong and just makes you do what he wants and talks to you about record sales. We wanted to make a kick-ass, timeless rock record, and that's exactly what he wanted to do as well, and I think he was the catalyst to helping us achieve that goal. Having helped us with Louder Now, I guess he really is a genius because that record debuted at number 2 in the United States. Do you remember that? Do you know that? Did you know that happened?
Yeah, I did.
Who beat us?
Godsmack or something terrible like
Godsmack. It was Godsmack. I forgot that until now.
I never thought, like, sitting in my room listening to Nirvana records, I never thought that I would be part of a band that had a number 2 record in the United States, even if just for a week, you know? I don't want to think about topping it, because how do you top that?
Well, number 1 is...
Right.
Yeah.
It's so perfect
Well,
in English accent too, like Spinal Tap. Well, number 1, really.
Yeah, I know.
That's what it is, really.
I've never been any good at numbers.
No, I was told there would be no math in this interview, actually.
Yeah, well, no, I was told there'd be no math in this whole lifestyle.
in the music thing?
Period.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is why I'm doing it, because trying to get away from that math.
Yeah. I've learned a lot about you on this, man.
I've learned a lot about you, and I think we're almost out of time.
I think we are. I'd like to move our bunks a little bit closer in the bus, because now I feel like...
They couldn't get any more
They couldn't get any closer, could they?
No. Well, hopefully now every time that I hop in, you won't kick me out.
Absolutely.
We are taking back Sunday, and thank you for listening to Bruce Dickinson's rock show.
I've always wanted to say that.
The Bruce Dickinson.
Can I say it too, just because?
Yeah.
We're Bruce Dickinson.
But yeah,
Play another song. Can we play another song?
Yeah.
Have we ever played "I'll Let You Live"?
No.
"I'll Let You Live" is probably the darkest, slowest, heaviest song on the record.
Definitely.
And so here's the last song on Louder Now. It's called "I'll Let You Live." I'm fired. I fired me.